I am Mark Livingston. I was in United States Navy. When I separated from the military, I was a lieutenant or an O3. I served aboard the USS Enterprise, aircraft carrier CVN-65, as a nuclear propulsion officer. I think the military developed in me was really a mental discipline for learning, that I could learn anything, if I really applied myself to it. And that has, paid dividends my whole life. I had to work my, tail off to get through the Naval Academy academically. I wasn't known as the best student. I had to learn how to study. I had to learn how to learn, so those are the things I learned there. And then that just, I applied that through the rest of my, time in the Navy and my career. I went through one of those kind of, military recruiter, headhunter type firms. So I do recommend that kind of a process, because those recruiter companies, they help you prepare for the interviews that you've never experienced anything like that. And then, from an aspect, you come out of the military and there's this really kind of rigorous, command structure that you're used to. And that's something you have to really mentally prepare yourself for, that people don't bark orders and obey orders, in the civilian community, kind of like the military does. So, so I've always tried to remember that and just, collaborate with people and learn those sort of, your emotional IQ type things with people. But I think that's one of the areas that guys coming out of the military struggle with. It's such a high pressure environment, no matter where you are. There's so many things going on. It's hard to describe unless you're in there, in that environment. But it forges these bonds, these bonds between people, because you literally depend on each other for everything. Everybody has a role, and if somebody doesn't do it, it doesn't work, right? So people see military guys like, why are they so kind of, crazy about, having their reunions and getting together with all their old shipmates, and no matter what service or branch, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, people experience that teamwork in a very high stress environment that just sort of creates bonds and friendships for life. My son, his name is Noah Livingston. He is a enlisted nuclear electronics technician, which puts him in the role of a reactor operator. I have such, high respect and pride for my oldest son, for what he has accomplished. I'm proud of his whole crew. He's on the USS Springfield. They really are, you might say, the tip of the sword as far as, the defense for our country of the submarine out there patrolling. If anybody needs to be honored, it's the crew of the USS Springfield and all those that are serving today.